Okay, so this week I did something that I was super nervous about, but I don't know if y'all saw the team call a few weeks ago from DFG that Josh Coates was the speaker. He is basically like a network marketing mentor, I guess you could say. He has helped so many people. Basically, his main focus is Beachbody, but he does help network marketers from all different companies. But he has helped so many people go 15-star, and there are a lot of coaches right now who are really high up in the network who are working with him one-on-one. And I had just been seeing his posts, and I listened to his team call, and it was super inspiring to me. And then I signed up for a free webinar that he was doing talking about belief, I think it was, or it may have even been a little bit about recruiting. But at the end of it, he was talking about this training that he has. It's called The Art of Recruiting. And basically, normally it's like $350, but he had it on sale for $199. And then the day that I watched it, he gave us another half off. So I ended up getting access to this 30-day training for $99, which I thought was a steal because you're in a closed Facebook group with him, and he has I think there are 8 modules that you go through, and then some extra bonus content that he has put in there just from people, everyone. All of the bonus stuff that I have watched so far is from other coaches who have used his trainings, and it's just getting a different perspective on some of the activities and things from them, and what's working for them in their businesses. But basically, y'all know how we did the diamond training where everybody put in $25, and then whoever hit diamond by the date got to split the pot. Well, he's doing that with this group. And so we all paid $99 to be in the group, and out of that, $25 of it is going into the pot. And if you complete 85% of everything that he wants you to do for the whole month, then you get part of the pot. So I'm super excited about that. But basically, he just wants you to go through a whole business transformation. And I think that everything that I have learned from him this week and everything that I have implemented into my business, I think is exactly what we need to be doing. And it has made me feel so much better about what I'm actually doing, that I'm doing the right things every day that are actually going to move my business forward. Because I knew we had been doing the right types of things, but there was just, I don't know, hearing it from somebody who has been so successful and helped so many different kinds of people be successful just kind of reassured me that we're doing the right things to grow our businesses and reach our goals and things. So the first part of his training, the first module, was about motivation and mindset, pretty much, and having a mindset makeover. And we all know how important that is, because if we don't believe in ourselves, then who else is going to believe in us? And how are we supposed to, I don't know, we're not going to get where we want to go if we don't believe in ourselves. And he said that motivation is a gimmick. There is no such thing. It's not natural for us to be motivated all the time. But we just have to take responsibility for showing up. And he wants us to focus more on being inspired and not by being motivated. Because inspiration comes from the inside. And motivation is kind of like an external factor that we really don't have control over. And a good example of this is like getting up and working out early in the morning. Like, you're not always motivated to do that, but it's something on the inside, and the discipline that you develop that gets you to do that every single day until it becomes something that you actually want to do. So if you want to change your life, you have to continue to change your habits. So that's one big thing that he has told us this week, is that if we want this to create lasting success in our business, then it can't just be something where we commit to the activities for 30 days and then we stop. So if you're going to change your life, you have to continue to change your habits, and it's the things that you do every single day that make the biggest difference. So I don't want to like take time to go through these and let y'all answer right now, but if you want to write down these questions, these are the questions that he had us answer, talking about like mindset. The first one is, if I could remove, you want me to wait till you get a piece of paper? Yeah, I meant to tell y'all to get pen and paper for this call because you're going to want it. Okay, you ready? If I could remove all barriers, what would I want my life to look like 5 years from now? What would I do? Where would I go? And what would it feel like? Okay. Number 2, what are a few things I've always wanted but thought to myself, I don't need those things, or that's too extravagant? So basically things that you would like to have, but you just think are too over the top for you, that they're just not necessary. Number 3, what would it feel like to wake up every day with the things that I described in number 1 and number 2? What would it feel like to wake up every day having the things that I described in number 1 and number 2? Number 4, why not me? Why not my family? Okay, and the last one is write down the voices that have tried to talk you out of these things before and how you're going to respond to those voices from now on. So what are some limiting beliefs that you tell yourself, and how are you going to flip those and respond to them in a better way from now on? Okay, now the next module was about figuring out your life mission and then your life vision, because those are two different things. So your life mission is what you want to do for others. So basically with your mission, you're trying to add more value than what you ask for in return. It's having a mindset and an attitude of, how many people can I help? And it's not about what can they do for, like, what can you do for me? It's what can I do for you? Your mission gives you purpose, and it keeps you honest and helps you to continue building your business with integrity. And when you find your mission and it's something that fulfills you and gives you purpose, then you're going to still be fulfilled by it, even when the numbers aren't there. So even when you don't hit Success Club, or the person that you've been talking to for 2 weeks decides to sign up for Smart Coffee, you're still going to be fulfilled by what you're doing because you know you're living in your mission. And it keeps you going even when in like seasons of drought. So there are a few questions to ask yourself about your mission. So, and I loved answering these. It really helped me. So, number one is, when I look at the world, what gives me pain and makes me want to fight for change? Okay, number two, what have I personally experienced or overcome that I want to pass on to the world around me? And then number three, if I could sum up the difference I want to make in the world in just 3 words, what would those 3 words be? So my 3 words that I chose were empower, inspire, and action. So if you could put the difference that you want to make in the world in just 3 words, what would those 3 words be? And then the last part is, how do numbers 1 through 3 come together to paint a picture? And I want you to turn it into one sentence using those words. So this is going to be your mission statement. So the mission statement that I came up with is, I want to inspire and empower women to take action towards living their best life. So that's just an example. So the next thing that he talked about is our new mindset about goal setting. And we have already started doing this. And basically what he said is that the problem with the way that everyone has kind of been setting goals is that our goals are too small and they're too long term. So, when you set a goal for the whole year, then you get to November and you're like, oh crap, I haven't gotten anywhere near close to reaching my goal yet. And so then you're like, hustle, hustle, hustle at the end of the year trying to catch up. And we do the same things every single month. Like we say, oh, I want to hit Success Club 10 this month. And then it's 5 days before the end of the month and we haven't done what we said that we were going to do. And so he wants us to break our goals down into weekly goals, which we have already started doing. So I thought that was really, really awesome. So we want to keep that in mind. And so basically what he said, he has 3 points about this, is that where there is urgency, there is focus. So this is the reasons why we want to break things down into weekly goals. So where there is urgency, there is focus. Urgency breeds creativity, and urgency demands ownership. And so when you create these big, huge goals, like he wants your goals for yourself to be so big that they make you want to throw up, that it just seems impossible. I know it's crazy. Like it just seems impossible. So he had us figure out, okay, what would be my yearly goal that just seems completely ridiculous and completely impossible, like it would never happen, and striving for it makes me want to throw up. And I said that in the next year my goals were to make $500,000 and to go 15-star. Like, that seems impossible to me, to go from where I'm at in this moment to that. Like, I just don't even know. But so then you take whatever you wrote down for your year and you break it down into, okay, well, what do I need to do every month to be able to get to that? So basically divide everything by 12, whatever you said. And then, okay, if I have to do that much in a month, how much do I have to do in a week? And then break it down from a month to a week. So do all that, and then let's see. He gave us so much information, and I'm trying not to overwhelm you guys, but it's all so good, and I want to share it all. So something really, really cool that he told us, and I can't remember who this quote came from, but he said that if you do just 65% of all of the right things, then you'll be successful. But if you do 85% of all of the right things, you will be incredibly successful. So that was, to me, that gave me more confidence and assurance that even if I don't do 100% of everything, because that's impossible, there's too much out there. But if I just do 65% to 85%, I'm going to be incredibly successful. So there are, I'm trying to see where I want to go with the rest of this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is the vital things that he wants you to do every single day in your business. And he gave us a tracker that I'm really liking. I know I keep throwing new things at you guys, but I promise I'm figuring it out. I'm just trying to give y'all everything that I've done that is working for me and pass it along, and everyone just take what you want from it. So the vital things that you have to do. Number one is plan out your day. So when are you going to do everything that you need to do? Number two is write down your goals and do your affirmations. Four is personal development. And then using your product. Obviously, a lot of these are our vital behaviors that we already do every day. The next thing is that he wants you to do 2 social media posts every day. You can do it, Dana. Katie, you can too. Okay, this is not easy, but if you just, listen, if you just implement 65% of what I'm telling you right now, you'll be successful. So, and if it doesn't push you or challenge you, then it's not going to get you where you want to go, because it's not supposed to be easy. The good stuff is never easy. Okay, so 2 social media posts a day, and in a minute I will tell you what kinds of posts those should be. So I'm going to help you make it easier by telling you what you should post, or at least the general idea. Okay. 10 new conversations. So that is just totally not related to Beachbody. Just reconnecting with people who you haven't talked to in a while. Another day. I'm trying to find my notes about that. So basically, what I have loved about implementing this in my business this week is it has made me feel so much more authentic, and it has made putting myself out there and then inviting people so much easier, and it flows so much better, because basically cold invites to inviting somebody to join your group or join your team who you have never ever had a conversation with is just awkward. And it used to work. I used to do it all the time and it worked, but things have changed. So now it just feels so much more natural and that's what you should do anyways, is invite people who you have some kind of relationship with, even if it's just that you had a 5-minute conversation a week ago. At least you've had a conversation with them before. So he says that your cold invites should only be to something that you're doing that is free. So if you're doing a free group or something, then feel free to invite people to that you've never talked to before, because who doesn't love something for free? So some ideas for conversations that he said is message people who are liking your posts and basically just thank them for giving you some encouragement. Facebook birthdays is a huge thing. So every day, go to your Facebook and see whose birthday it is that day and reach out to them and tell them happy birthday. If it's a friend from high school or something, or just somebody that you haven't talked to in a long time, just message them and say, hey, it's been so long. I hope you've been doing well. What's been going on with you? I would love to catch up. Go look at their posts. If you have somebody that you know you want to connect with, go to their page and look at their posts and then ask them a question about something that they posted about. Or if they posted something that you loved that was super inspiring to you, then tell them. Like, I used that a lot this week. Like, I just said, I loved the post that you made today. It was so inspiring. I love it. I can't wait to see more of that. I love seeing that kind of thing on my timeline. Something like that. So ask them about what you want them to ask you about. So if you want them to ask you about what you do, then ask them about what they do and get them to talking about their job. And then that will lead into you being able to bring it up and in a natural way. So you have your 10 new conversations, and then you have 5 invites every day. And with your, I can't remember if I talked about this the other day or not, but with your conversations, there is kind of this method that he calls FORM. So and it's things that you can talk to them about. So F is their family. O is their occupation. R is recreation. So things that they like to do for fun. And then M is your message. So by doing this and kind of working through that model, you can get to know, people can get to know, like, and trust you in a short amount of time because you're taking actual interest in them as a person. So you strike up your conversations using the F, O, and R, and then you have to make sure you're adding on that M to get your message in there somewhere. That is when you invite them to join your group or to do this next workout program with you or to join your team. So he has said that typically after the 4th message is when you bring up your message. But I say only if that feels comfortable and right with the flow of the conversation. So he also gave us some scripts to use for inviting that I want to share. So one is, hey, I was just thinking about you. I have a blank, you fill in the blank, that I'm doing. Would you be interested in trying? If not, no worries. Just had you on my mind since we were chatting recently. So that is just somebody that you've talked to in the last few weeks. And that is another thing, is give them a back door. Give them a way out by saying, I don't know if you would be interested or not, but blah, blah, blah. And then wrap it up with, no worries either way, I just wanted to check. So basically what he said, if people have a back door, a way to get out, then they usually won't take it. But if you don't give them one, then they'll be searching for one and a reason to say no. Another one for a coaching invite would be, hey, I was just thinking about you today and how you're always so positive and motivated. I have no idea if you'd be interested, but was just thinking about what a good fit you'd be for this opportunity. Didn't know if you've ever wondered about what I do as a coach, but if you're interested, I'd be happy to set up a time and chat. If not, no worries at all. I totally get that this isn't for everyone. I really like that one. And then always, always, always tell them about the business opportunity, even if they're just wanting to sign up as a challenger. Always add, I'm not sure if you'd be interested, but there's an option to sign up as a coach. I always mention it and give it as an option. So I wanted to make sure you knew about it and see if they want to do it just for the discount or if they want to do it as a hobby coach or to actually build a business. Because you never know who could be a discount coach who gets plugged into our community who could turn into a business builder. You literally never know. Okay. So we have our 10 conversations, our 5 invites, and then we want to track those every day. So whether pen and paper or get a spreadsheet on your computer, just make sure you're writing down all these people's names every single day. And then the last thing is expanding your network for 30 minutes every day. So expanding your network on Facebook, you can just go to your suggested friends and don't just go through and friend request all of them. Actually go to their page and look and see, are these my people? Are they people that I could relate to and have something in common with? People that I would want to work with? Figure out who you relate to, kind of what is your age range and gender, the highest, so whatever is the highest percentage of people who usually will join you and sign up with you, that's who you should target. You can join Facebook groups based on specific activities, so like faith and fitness or faith and family type things. Basically anything that you're interested in, there's probably a Facebook group out there that you could join and start interacting with people there. On Instagram, you can use hashtags. You can search hashtags and go in there and then like and comment on people's things that they post for hashtags that you like or describe you. And then obviously use them in your posts. Research which ones you want to show up in. So look at, if you have a hashtag that you're thinking about using, search for it on Instagram and then see if the things that are popping up is a like collection of things that you would want your post to show up there too. That makes sense. So if you search something and it's like a bunch of pictures of inappropriate things that you don't like, then don't use that hashtag. So your hashtags don't necessarily have to relate to your post is another thing that I learned. So just because your post is a fitness post doesn't mean all your hashtags have to be about fitness. They can be about other things that describe you. And then obviously, like, don't use hashtag Beachbody or hashtag Shakeology or Beachbody Coach. Don't use your company name. Use things that you value, that you want to build your brand around. So the same types of things that you would look for in a Facebook group. So you can put 30 hashtags on a post, but he says that he will only use like 20. And then make sure that you save all of these hashtags in the notes on your phone. That way you're not having to type them out every single time that you make a post. You can just go copy and paste. And that was another thing on inviting and answering questions from people. Every time you send an invite or answer someone's question, copy and paste it into a Word document or something. That way you never have to type out that message again. That way, every single time somebody asks that question, you can just copy and paste. And with your invites, he literally wants you to, let me find his words, what he said. He said, don't use your brain on your conversations and your invites. Don't use your brain. Just blast them out there before you have time to overthink it. Because that is what we do. We sit there and we overthink about, how do I say this? What do I say to say the right thing? And you're never going to say the wrong thing to the right people, you guys. So type something out that's personal, that sounds like something that you would say, that's genuine, and just blast them out there to the list of people that you made. And don't think about it. Just do it and walk away. And don't overthink it, because that's where we get in trouble. So let's see. So you can also just like and comment on other people's stuff, so they get the notification from you, and so then that can influence them to follow you. You can go follow people, so go search large Instagram users that have similar things in common with you. I know, Katie, you do this a lot. So, like, go to Rachel Hollis's page, go to the Nike Women page, and see who follows them, and then go through that list of people and click on their profiles to see if they look like people that you would relate to and want to get to know, and follow them. So the goal he has for us is to have 10 new people added to our network every day. So whether that's Facebook friends, Instagram, whatever we do. So if we do 10 people a day, that is 300 people a month. And then 3,600 new people in a year that we're expanding our network to get our mission out there to them. So the last thing that he wants us to do every week, this isn't an everyday thing, but every Wednesday, he wants you to go live. So I did it this week on Wednesday, and I was like, oh my gosh. But I mean, live video, it scares the crap out of us, but it shouldn't. Like, it is not as bad as we think it is. And I literally was sweating so bad by the time I got done with my live video on Wednesday. And I wasn't even like that nervous to do it, but after it was over, I was like, I am burning up. I'm so hot. But the more we do it, the more comfortable we'll get with it. But going live is like creating that trust with people even further. And that going live lets you add more value to people without you ever like asking them to do anything. So my goal with going live every Wednesday is that I am going to talk about something. I'm going to try to teach people something. So today I talked about my brain dump that I do every morning, and then this new way of doing bullet journaling that I learned how to do. So next week I'm going to talk about my morning routine and how I created that and what I do exactly with my morning. I don't know yet what I'm going to do the next week, but I'm just going to try to focus more on things like that are not necessarily, they don't have to be fitness related. They can be about anything. And it can literally, it doesn't have to be you trying to teach somebody something. It could just be you showing them how you do something. I will try to get a list put together of some things that are good to go live and talk about, just that I learned from this group. So, I have a list right here. Hello. So, some things that you should do is when you hop on, ask people for some hearts. So for them to, and some likes. So ask for people to like as they hop on, because that will boost the algorithm and get your video in front of more people. And also ask for people to comment whether they're watching live, so they can post comment now if they're watching live, or comment later if they're watching the recording. So going live can be a way to respond to objections and talk about it through your perspective. So talk about an objection that you get all the time and how you thought the same thing before you got started, but how you overcame that or how you were wrong about that. Where are you going with this? What's your vision for your future? You can talk about that. Just think about what are things that interest you most and that you want to learn more about, and go learn something and then teach people about it. Okay, that's about all my notes. So that is everything. And the last option on our tracker is to 2x our combos and invites. So instead of 10 combos and 5 invites, you have the option to double it and do 20 conversations and 10 invites. And that's what I've been doing this week. So now, if y'all want to write this down, I'm going to go through the types of posts that he wants you to do every day. So on Mondays, your 2 posts are going to be a product post and a lifestyle post. So basically, where's my notes? Basically, your posts are planting seeds and helping people to get to know you. And so when people get to know you, then they start to like you, and then they start to trust you. And then when you start talking to them privately in a message and then eventually invite them, they trust you, and they don't feel like, oh, she's just trying to sell me something. So with your posts, always start with the end in mind. So what do you want what do you want to accomplish with this post? What's the purpose of it? Why am I posting this? So you're planting seeds and building engagement. So, and something to keep in mind is that when you're planting seeds with a product post or a business opportunity post, you're not going to get tons and tons of engagement. You're not going to get tons of likes and comments on those posts. You're not supposed to, because that's not the purpose of those. The engagement posts are the ones that you're going to get the most engagement on. And basically, he has 4 different kinds of posts: product posts, lifestyle, business opportunity breadcrumbs, and then engagement posts. So you have those 4. So a product post is basically just going to be taking a picture with your shake or your Energizer or something and breadcrumbing in that you're using that product and what it's doing for you. So yesterday, the post I made yesterday morning was a product post. And it was this picture of me with my Energize. And all I said was, almost didn't make it out of bed this morning, you guys. By the time Friday rolls around, I'm always one tired woman. But I've got my go-go juice in hand. In about 20 minutes, it'll work its superpowers, and I'll be ready to own this day. It's Friday. We made it, y'all. So that was a product post. Then a lifestyle post is just going to be about anything that's happening in your life. So getting people to relate to you in the life you live and seeing an ordinary person like you building this business at the same time. So basically making you relatable. So they don't need to see that you're more interesting or that you have all these fun, interesting things going on in your life. They just need to see that you are fulfilled, that you are doing this, but you're also living a life that's fulfilled and whatever else is involved with your life. Another lifestyle, so a lifestyle post I made was, I did a lot of engagement posts. So I guess you could say this was a lifestyle post. It's me and Deacon sitting at the computer, and I said, the more you learn, the farther you can go. Anything in the world you can think of that you want to do, there's something out there online that you can access for free right now to educate you and teach you how. You don't have to have a college degree or be the smartest person in the room to be successful. You just have to be willing to put in the effort and be willing to learn. You have to be willing to figure things out as you go. I have a pretty cute workout partner tonight, don't y'all think? So this is kind of a lifestyle post and an engagement post because I asked a question. This is this is more of a lifestyle post, I guess. The one with Deacon with his moose that was destroyed. I just said, it was a sad morning here at our house. We lost a moose. So that is like helping me relate to people who have dogs. Let's see what else can be lifestyle. Just talking about like posting pictures of you and your husband or whoever, or you and your kids, and whatever you're doing that day. So lifestyle posts are easy. The next one is an engagement post. So with an engagement post, you're asking for an opinion, you're asking for advice or a suggestion, or you're just asking about something fun. So on Instagram, it can be like a post that where you say double tap if whatever, like this, where'd it go? I posted this one last week, and it's just me right after I got up, and I said, double tap if you stayed up way too late last night. Y'all know I'm an early to bed, early to rise kind of gal, but last night I got caught up in a new business training and didn't go to bed until 11:30. That wouldn't be a big deal if I didn't have to get up at 4:15 in order to get my miracle morning done before work. So I'm driving the struggle bus this AM, but I'm still up and getting my day started the best way I know how. Goals, devotion, personal development, affirmations, and a workout. What kept you up last night? Netflix, reading a good book, talking to your hubby? Maybe you were studying for finals. I want to know. Drop your answers in the comments below. So that was an engagement. I was asking people to comment on that. And then also what I posted last night about what is your ideal date night? That is an engagement post. And the last type of post is a breadcrumb post. So that is where you're breadcrumbing little bits and pieces about your business. So this was a breadcrumb post that I made on Thursday night. It was just a picture of me, and I said, you truly never know when a decision or choice you might make might completely change your life. And the most beautiful things can show up when you least expect it. I'm feeling extra thankful tonight that 3.5 years ago, I found something that gives me purpose. I can crunch numbers during the day and then come home to run a business that changed lives at night. I'm getting the best of both worlds right now and loving every second. So that was just breadcrumbing in that I work a full-time job during the day, but I come home and I do this other business at night, and it works. Like I can do both. See if I have any other business. I don't have a ton of business breadcrumb posts because until now I hadn't really been doing them. So then that is an overview of the different types of posts. And then you're going to have one call to action every week. And that is going to be on Sunday night. And so Sunday night is when you are going to post that is going to ask people to do something, either to join your challenge group or to sign up as a coach. So with that post, you're going to ask them if they're interested. You can share testimonials, and you're not necessarily going to get a bunch of engagement from these. The goal is to get 1 or 2 people from that post to be interested in whatever you invited to that night. So I started going over this a second ago, but so Mondays, you're going to have a product post and a lifestyle post. On Tuesdays, you're going to have a business breadcrumb and an engagement post. On Wednesdays, you're going to have a product post, and then you're going to go live. You can do it. That's all that look. On Thursday, you're going to do a business breadcrumb post and an engagement post. On Friday, you're going to have a product and a lifestyle. And then on Saturdays, you get 2 freebie posts to post whatever you want. It can be about anything. And Saturdays, so all of the conversations and inviting, tracking, and expanding your network, those things are a Monday through Friday, non-negotiable. That's what you do. On Saturday, you don't have to do all the new conversations and invites. On Saturdays, you're just focusing on planning out your day, writing down your goals, using your products, your PD and affirmations, and then you have your 2 freebie posts that you're going to do on Saturday, and then you're going to focus just on content creation. So if you want to try to plan out some of your posts for the next week, or if you want to create something to share with our challenge group, or anything like that. Basically, Saturday is just your free day to do other types of things for your business that you want to do. You want to create a free group, something like that. And then on Sunday is a free day. Sunday is your makeup day for if you missed a day during the week. So say on Wednesday you didn't get to do all your conversations and your invites, so then you do them on Sunday instead. And then the last thing is on Friday. Instead of doing on Friday, you're still going to do your conversations, but instead of inviting 5 new people, you're going to do 20 follow-ups. So it's follow-up Friday. So Friday is when you go back over, you've tracked all week long your list of people. So Friday is the day you go back and follow up with anybody, either from the week before or the current week. If they were super interested and you hadn't heard back, follow up Friday. So that's it. It's a lot of stuff, but it's good. It's good stuff. And I don't know if I'm supposed to share this tracker with y'all, but I'm going to, because it's really good and I really like it. So it has Monday through Sunday on it. It tells you exactly what you're supposed to do every single day and gives you a place to check it off. So I am going to download this PDF and post it in the team page for us to use. So